What is up, guys? Welcome back to the 6th and final day that I have to do this budget Coyote swap. So if you haven't been following along, there's 5 previous days of videos. I bought a 2012 F-150 with a 5-liter 2-wheel drive, and I'm swapping it into my 89 notchback Foxbody the cheapest way you can. And I've only had 6 days to do it. So if you haven't seen the previous videos, make sure to check those out. There's a whole playlist on the Mustang. So check those out. Guys, again, I mentioned this before. If you guys have questions or questions about the swap, put them in the comments. And if it's a simple question, I'll answer it there. If I see the same question over and over, I'll make another video on it and try to explain, as much as I can. I'm not an expert by any means on these swaps. This is the first one I've done, but I can just share my learning experiences, tips, tricks, things I would do, things I wouldn't do along the way. So drop those down below and let's get on with it. All right, so yesterday we finished up the fuel system. We got the steering shaft lengthened and reinstalled. Got the brake push rod shortened and remade and installed and bled the brakes. We got all the wiring routed onto the engine. I do still have to button up just a few small things. I need to actually de-pin these out of the PCM. I was just kind of holding off until we verified that it ran. What else did we get done? We also completed the shifter linkage from the Fox shifter to the 6R80 trans. We got our fuse box mounted to the inner fender well here. And then we've got all the wiring, headlight harness and all that running up. So we'll have a pretty clear engine bay once everything's all buttoned up. So here's what we got left to do. We got exhaust, complete the wiring, mount the go pedal, the gas pedal, radiator hoses, and then we just need to tighten up the lower control arms. We tightened up the rack bolts last night, but we need to set the car on the ground to tighten up the control arms. That's the right way to do it. So here's where we are budget-wise. As far as parts go. So we're sitting at $1,805. Now, I have spent a little bit more than that on stuff for the swap, but I'm not including things like this morning I had to stop and grab, where's my bag at? I had to stop and grab some of these little retainer clips. Let me pull one out here. Those are what clip and retain these factory radiator hoses. When my brother was taking the truck apart, one apparently went flying and got lost. So things like that, I'm not including in the swap. Yes, it cost me money, but it was due to, us losing stuff. So I'm not adding that into the price. And then me shaving and repainting the engine bay in the car doesn't need to be done for the swap, something I did. So I'm not including the cost of the paint and primer and body filler, stuff like that. So anything that was either me going above and beyond or because we were negligent and lost stuff or broke stuff, I'm not including that in the price. So first order of business would be getting this pedal mounted. The F-150 pedal is massive. So yeah, that's what I'm tackling this morning. All right, it's pretty tight, but I'm gonna try and get you guys in here and give you an idea of what I'm kind of dealing with as far as this gas pedal goes. I know some guys, or most guys, use a Mustang pedal, but due to my time constraints and just me being cheap, I'm gonna try and use the F-150 one. So let me pull you in and show you the tight little space I got. All right, I don't know how well you can see it, but there's a steel plate right here with a stud here and one up there. That's where the factory pedal mounted. And then you can see here, I got this red metal. That's some bracing. And then the steering column has bracing right here. And let me grab the pedal and kind of try to get it somewhere up in there. And you can see real quick, this big old pedal, I run out of room. So I got to see if I can cut some of the stuff out or what I can do and get this up in somewhat of a ergonomically correct position to where, you know, it's close to the same as the gas or the brake pedal, so it's not real funky. So I'm gonna struggle with this for a while. You know, obviously it's kind of hard to have you guys under here with me, so if I make some progress, I will update. All right, so let me get you under here again. I went ahead and made a bracket that pedal mounts to, and it kind of angles it properly and gets it positioned properly. So I'm gonna throw the pedal back in it, and then you can see how it kind of all looks assembled. All right, so I didn't explain it very well in the video, but what I ended up doing to get that pedal to fit was I had to cut off those two original studs from the firewall that the original pedal mounted on. And then I had to do a little bit of trimming up and around on some of the structure up in there before I was able to get that plate and the pedal to fit up in there. Once I got the plate up in there, got the pedal set where I needed it, and then I tacked it to the firewall on the top, because basically the top of that plate is touching the firewall, and then it's angled away from the firewall, and I added a strip of metal on the bottom to hold it at that angle. Once it got it tacked in place, pulled the pedal out, fully welded it, painted it. But that's what you're seeing, all painted in black there. All right, so after struggling for a little bit, I got this thing in here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, there it is. But it just mounted up in there on that bracket. Don't know if you can see it. All right, so, oh, hold on, I gotta cross that off. So the last thing we have to do now is the exhaust. And then we got some extracurricular activities. So I'm gonna jump on the exhaust. I've got the old X-pipe off of the Hawk from when it was a single overhead cam. So I'm gonna cut this up and use it on here. Not sure what mufflers I'm using yet. There's the little bullet mufflers that the Hawk had on it, which don't do anything. Or I've got these that were gonna go on the Hawk. The only issue we might run into is these are, you know, straight in, straight out. Mustangs, I think typically, like the old mufflers, these turbo mufflers, they're offset in, offset out. So I may not be able to use these, or I may have to dump it before the axle and then do something else later. But I'm gonna work on getting this exhaust going. All right, so I cut the mufflers off of it, cut the other pipes off and flipped it around backwards because it's almost, I think, the right width. Oops, upside down. For the headers. Ow. Ow. Oh, ow. You can't pick that up.
Jace told me that.
I told him.
You get that welder, I'll weld that.
There you go.
D-boot top, that right on through the paint powder coat.
All right, so this is the plan we got in place. Got the X pipe running back. We're using the mufflers that were on the car when I got it. Yes, the 4-cylinder head, dual exhaust. It's not what I want to keep, but we're not going to make mufflers that aren't correct work. I'll have to get the right ones. So we're going to put these on, and then we're just dumping them right at the rear axle. So I'm going to start tacking this up, then pull it down, weld it, and yeah, be good to go. All right, so the exhaust is all welded up. It's only tacked here and here because I eventually want to put V-bands on there so that it's removable. But this is more temporary. Got it running back into the turbo mufflers with some dumps. We need to fire it up and check trans fluid because we lost some when we took it out of the truck, and then we added a cooler, which is going to consume some more. So we're going to fire it up and check trans fluid now. All right, so we checked fluid. It's still a little low, but we're out of fluid. I think it's good enough for a test drive. And we've checked everything off the list that needed done, so I think it's test drive time. Here we go. That's right, there's no power steering.
How's the traction?
You want to join because it's hard to drive and film with no power steering. Which way is best to go? Back
Let's
out?
go left. And we're stuck.
Everybody's standing around. This is gonna go well. Aye.
Perfect weather.
Ooh, she's
The toe is off.
way off.
I could tell when you were pulling it out of the shop that it was.
Yeah. It wants to go everything but straight. You don't have a seatbelt.
Oh, cool.
Goodness, she's darty. Yeah, we're not doing a whole lot.
If it was dry out, I'd say you could get up to some speed, but.
That pedal is touchy.
steering wheel's straight, so we just take equal amounts.
Straight. It's just
You gotta bounce in between the straights.
yeah. Goodness. You should have done a tape measure on that.
Just nose it straight in. The DeSoto's not gonna melt.
All right, obviously weather conditions are not ideal for a first test drive, but the tow is horrible on it. It's, yeah, sketchy. So we're gonna try and address that. And then I don't think there's a whole lot more we can do with the weather the way it is right now. All right, attempt number 2 with the tow.
It had what?
Inch.
Like almost an inch and probably a quarter
toe
in.
It drives so much better. Like,
Can you? Do the part-time wiper or the intermittent wipers work? There we go.
feeding the gears.
Yeah, welding the diff would have been an awful idea right now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's what, 3/4 of an inch of snow on the road?
Yeah. This is not optimal Coyote swap Foxbody testing weather on ancient summer tires.
Nexons or something, old Nexons.
Nexon V-treads.
I don't really want to stop because I'll get stuck.
And we're just spinning around. Temperature's 187.
It cut my throttle at one point.
Somehow it just knew that the 7.5 differential was at 140 mile an hour.
Yeah.
It's like, do you want to lose a quarter? Out if you want me to.
Yeah. Right there.
Yep. You're good. Back up. Leave it open.
The 7.5 did not know what to do.
No. It eventually did. Tony's back there thinking you're stuck and he's pushing. I'm just like, he'll figure it out. Yeah, look underneath.
Yeah, it's coming up pretty good.
Oh yeah. We'll go ahead and shut it off. Let it sit and lose its pressure before it.
You want to pull it in?
Go ahead.
What did I say earlier about?
Yeah, what did you say earlier?
Who said something about what? Who said something about Jeffrey? Who said something about leaks? Who was it?
What?
I didn't say it.
I may or may not have said right before we pulled that up. It was one of the first vehicles we started up, and it didn't have a leak.
It's leaking.
It's leaking.
It just took a minute to show
It
itself.
just took a minute. It said, "Hold my beer."
How long are you gonna leave that door open, dude?
and the hose is half slid off.
He said, do you want to do a burnout? I said, nah, I'll wait till the morning. He goes, well, you can pull up on the pad. We'll open the door.
Tony, you thought you were stuck. He was trying to push you in.
Yeah, he's back there like,
then
well,
I kind of thought, hey, no, this ain't right.
Why are the brake lights on?
Yeah, well, I'm blind.
Well, it's the end of day 6, and I would say, oop, it's dark now. I would say we officially have a running and driving Coyote. Coyote swapped Foxbody. We got another hose on order for that coolant leak. We're not going to use the factory stuff we were using. So that'll come in tomorrow. We'll throw that on. And maybe try and get, hopefully road conditions are a little better tomorrow. Probably not. I could drive it a little bit more, but we'll see. All right, so it's the next day. Technically day 7, but the car's done. I'm just here buttoning up a couple things. We got the coolant leak fixed, we think, for now. So rerouting the intake tube to the other side of the engine bay because the hood wouldn't close. So it's just a temporary one anyways. I'll show you that here in a second. But I'm gonna top off coolant and then get this out in the daylight, show you guys around the car, and take it for another trip. The roads are a little better today. Yeah, so this is very temporary. I cut off that like air muffler thing that was here, so now the hood will actually close. I need to hook up that tube and top off coolant, and then I can take it for another test drive.
those are just pieces of tubing in there. There's that drive shaft vibration.
Yeah. It didn't stop spinning.
No.
Until I let off.
It's all wet.
Yeah, definitely got a drive shaft vibration.
And I felt it when you were like got up there. I would be really leery on those tires because I'm gonna kind of like literally do Mustang things and then we're out there in the field.
The tulip poppers.
Actually drier.
Just one.
Mm-hmm.
Just one. The trans is definitely confused.
Yeah.
Different tire size, different rear gear. Doesn't know whether to feed it or take away.
This is state road, so.
Once it hooked, it started pulling.
Yeah, I don't think I get too aggressive on that drive shaft or we go any faster.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. After 6 days of thoroughly thrashing on this thing, it runs, drives. Obviously, there's stuff we need to do to it to, you know, make it better. It needs a legit drive shaft, better rear end, better tires, redid the suspension. But it is swapped and driving in 6 days. I'm gonna do another video really breaking down the budget. I gotta sit down and do that, you know, parts and put all that out. In the bottom of the screen here, I'll put a rough estimate of the price spent. But I wanna say huge shout out, huge thanks to my brother at Leadfoot Custom for just allowing me to thrash in his shop and helping me out. And then all my buddies that came by, my mom and dad that just helped thrash in this thing for the 6 days. So guys, there you have it. A Coyote Foxbody in 6 days. Bye.